This is my body. This is my blood. Do this in remembrance of me. From the front of the sanctuary, the call to remember Christ's sacrifice comes. Pastor Joyce and Pastor Jerry introduce us to the bread and juice. This food was Jesus' last meal with his disciples before he would die on the cross. In 1 Corinthians 11:26, Paul instructs, "You eat the bread and drink the cup. When you do this, you are announcing the Lord's death until he comes again." Also from Matthew 26:26-28, when evening came, Jesus was reclining at the table with the 12. While they were eating, Jesus took the bread, gave thanks, and broke it, and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take and eat. This is my body." Then he took the cup, gave thanks, and offered it to them, saying, "Drink from it, all of you. This is my blood of the covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." We need the forgiveness of our sins so that our relationship with God can be restored. Only the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross can do this. Communion helps us practice and remember the process in which this is accomplished. Before we can partake of communion, the pastor invites us to search our hearts and confess our sins to God, so that we may be pure when we come to the table. This is the confession of sin. 1 Corinthians 11:27-31 reminds us, "Therefore, whoever eats the bread or drinks the cup of the Lord in an unworthy manner will be guilty of sinning against the body and blood of the Lord. But if we judged ourselves, we would not come under judgment." Pastors invite the elders to come serve the communion elements. The elders take their places with the elements. The congregation is called forward, dismissed by rows by the ushers. Approaching the elders, each congregant receives the bread and the juice, along with the words, "Christ's body broken for you, and Christ's blood poured out for you." The pastor and elders make sure everyone receives the elements, even if they are unable to come forward or are helping with worship. Children participate in communion as well as adults. Eating the bread and drinking the juice helps people concentrate on their intimacy with God. They remember Jesus dying for them in his innocence, condemned by their sin. When God looks at them, he sees only Jesus' purity. They remember that they are part of God's family, and they believe they will celebrate a banquet with Christ in person one day. May we all remember what Christ has done for us.